Okay,
Let's
so
let's let's perhaps start with the editor itself. I know
yep,
you may have already talked about the editor, but now that Raid's here, I'm finally sitting down. Can we start with the editor? Again, sucking eggs, sorry, but let's just go over it.
this is the editor. Okay, let's start building a mission. If if you've got there's two oh fuck, I keep clicking config viewer. Don't don't worry about this. You don't need to worry about all of this for much later. If you have currently got the pictures down the left hand side and you want to have the lovely words that tell you what things actually are, go to choose editor loadout and choose traditional, and then just hit OK and restart it, and that'll bring it up with all this lovely stuff, which is exactly the same as the other one, just with words and on the other side.
Right, is anybody having problems with that? Everybody good at so far? Now, I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm just doing what Cyrus would do, which is
If
make
it had
sure
less
everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Everybody's good to go? Yeah, okay.
Well, what I'd like to do, rather than just stopping and asking is everyone okay every couple of minutes, I'll if you've got a problem, stop me and tell me, and I'll just keep going. Otherwise, I'll just assume that you guys are keeping up. Alright, so oh, fuck. Okay, so what we were going to do then, we're going to do just some crappy little sweep the airbase mission or something like that. So what we'll do, we'll get you guys to place a fire team down. So to do that you go groups and then select, oh mine's already selected.
Double click
but
on the map.
yeah, sorry, you go groups, double click on the map, and then from, it should already have Blue 4, NATO, infantry selected, and it probably has rifle squad for you in the bottom one. So you just click that and then select fire team, and it tells you in the right hand box what that consists of, and that'll spawn those in for you. So you just hit OK, and then it'll come up saying no player was selected, which is just something that groups do. When you spawn a group in, it doesn't select a particular unit to be the player, so you've got to do that yourself. To do that, click units and then double click on the team leader, and then in the control section here just change that to player and hit OK. And to rotate them you can just press the shift button and then drag around and then place them whichever direction you want them to be in. And then if you want them to not be in this V formation...
Sorry, I've got to stop you there, mate.
Right.
Sorry, I've got to stop you.
Right.
I just did what you said to do, which is hold shift, then what do you do after that?
Just drag your mouse. Like click and drag, sorry. So clicking and dragging normally without pressing anything down moves the unit. Pressing shift while you're doing that rotates the unit.
You know what happens when I left click and drag? A line comes out.
Oh, okay.
Click units.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Just you have to click the actual unit to do it. Just so we're not talking over each other, okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Nah, it still doesn't work for me, mate. Is that because I've got highlighted groups on the right hand side?
Yes, you need to have units selected to do that.
Right.
Did it draw a line off of them and now there's units that aren't grouped? Okay. So if you did what Ampho did there, you've accidentally tried to move the group while it's while you've got the groups thing selected. I think it's a stupid function, but that's what they've decided to do. To fix that, find the unit that you ungrouped and then click him with the groups still selected, drag that line over to the team leader and then release it, and it'll put him back into his group.
I've worked it out, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so to move units, always have unit selected. In fact, you can have pretty much anything selected except for synchronize and groups. I'm pretty sure everything else lets you move them. Yeah. Synchronize, I think, would, yeah, synchronize does a line, but that won't ungroup them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we're all good. Okay, so if we don't want them to form in to spawn in this V formation, we need to change them from their default condition, which is in formation. I talked to the other guys about this, but I'll just run over it for you guys as well. In formation means that they will always spawn in this V. So when the game starts up, regardless of where these guys are, if I move them all the way over here, they'll still spawn like they were in that V that they were in originally. The way to stop that from happening is to, with units selected, double click on each unit, and then change that special condition to none. And that'll just make them spawn wherever you place them. And so just go through and do that for every single one of them, and then just place them somewhere that looks like they're in cover or whatever. And we're back to where we were. I won't bother with the car for this bit because that was a bit complicated. So we'll just say that our mission then is to, I don't know, go and blow up something. So we'll put a make it easy and quick. I'll put an Ifrit over here, an empty one. So to do that, you go Units, double click on the map, and in this top drop down box, select Empty, and then Cars, and then Ifrit. And that just places a lovely empty Ifrit for us. Now I don't think any of these guys actually have any explosives, so just for the sake of the mission, I'll place down an ammo box with explosives in it, and then we can just grab some out and go blow it up.
Sorry, can I just catch up?
Oh, good.
You're going at Saurus speed?
I'm sorry.
No, that's alright, mate. I mean, you're used to it. I'm just, I've just barely put an Ifrit down, sorry.
It's alright. I probably know where everything sits, so...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I've got the Ifrit out there. I've just chosen an Ifrit CSAT. I guess that's okay, isn't it? Yep.
Yep. It has down the side what each side is in the empty ones. That's for things like, for the ammo boxes, I guess, particularly because each one's coloured differently and has different words on it.
So you've asked us to put in an ammo box. What kind of ammo box?
Just explosives, just so that you guys have something to use to blow things up.
Oh, I see. What does CSAT stand for?
I can't remember, to be honest, but basically they're Southeast Asia because that's apparently who the superpowers are going to be in 2032 according to Bohemia.
Okay.
Which is why they speak some form of... does anyone know what they speak? Do they speak Korean or something like
No idea.
I think they opened up a studio in Thailand, but I know they're in the Czech Republic, so... Well, that's where the main studio is.
So what I've just done, sorry guys if you were watching then, I've actually noticed that these things are tent hangers, because if I highlight over them it tells me. So I know that I can actually put this Ifrit inside this building, so I'm just going to do that, because that'll make a bit more sense. Alright, is everyone caught up?
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to place down a couple of enemies just to patrol around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to groups again, and this time I'm going to select Op4 for the side, and then I'm going to select a sentry, which is just a two-man team. And then what I'm going to do, once you guys have done that, I'm going to set some waypoints just to make them patrol around this hangar. So to do that, you select the team leader, which is the Grenadier in this case. And then you just double click on a position, and it'll bring up this waypoint screen. Now for the first waypoint, we need to make them walk in a column and start basically just walking like they're patrolling and unaware. So to do that, you need to set their behaviour to safe and their speed to limited, and that way they'll just walk around with their guns down like nothing's really a problem. If they're in any other thing other than careless, they will have their guns up. Careless is not really a good one to have them on unless you want them to do a very specific thing like fly over your base or something. Basically they'll just ignore enemies and continue doing their objective.
Is this the part where you say you dumb down enemies, or is that more script based?
No, that's script based.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, there is a way to dumb them down using the editor, but it's very annoying to do. Basically, you set this slider that says skill, you set that to 0, but the problem is that you've got to do that for every single unit. The way I do it's a little bit easier.
Cyrus, I've just got a little problem here. I've got bubbles around my units,
Bubbles.
like little waypoint bubbles.
Does it look like that one there on this guy?
No, like waypoint bubbles. Like if you shift click on a map and then you like set a waypoint.
That's weird. I'm not sure what causes that. Is it because you're in Streamlined, maybe? Ooh, nope, can't do
You
that.
select the waypoints option.
Oh, okay, I've just deleted them.
That's I don't know what that was, to be honest. But yeah, basically, maybe you double clicked on the unit. I know if you double click on the unit, it does that. Was that what you had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can just delete it. And
Okay.
get rid of it.
Just setting a waypoint really quick again.
So
Just
what-
double click the team leader.
No, you single click the team leader, so you select him. So whenever you place a waypoint, you need to first select the thing that gets the waypoint. So just single click him or draw a box over him, or whatever,
Sure. Yep.
and then double click where you want the waypoint to be. In this case, it's a move one. The default waypoint is move, but there's a bunch of other ones that I'm not going to go into at the moment. I might do a
Sorry,
helicopter
Cyrus.
extraction.
Can you give me 15 seconds, mate? 30 seconds max? I'll be right
Roger,
back.
Roger.
That.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
No, he's too
So-
late. We got to start.
Yeah.
So just set them both to go to that waypoint.
Because they're grouped together, this rifleman guy, he's going to follow the grenadier wherever he goes. So you only need to set a waypoint for the grenadier. If they aren't grouped, if you can't see a blue line like it is on my screen now, just click the groups
Just go to
button.
groups and then drag the line.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and basically
Alrighty.
the whole squad will follow the team leader, so you've only got to set a waypoint for the team leader.
Okay then.
Anyway, while Ampho's there, this is actually very simple for the rest of it. You just basically place down a normal waypoint there, and it doesn't need to change anything. So instead of it having a default behavior each time, it will carry over the behavior from the previous one, which is safe column limited. So just place 2 more of those, like that, and then we want them to continue going around this thing. So for the last one, just double click near his original position, not right on it though, and then
Guys.
click cycle and hit OK. Alright, Ampho, I've just done a couple of little things. All you got to do
Yep.
is add 2 move waypoints that have no special conditions at all, and then for the last one, you got to place near his original starting position a waypoint and
Yep.
select cycle for the type.
Right.
And that will
and
make
it automatically links in.
Yeah, that'll link him back to what he's being told to do here. So what he's going to do is he's going to move here, then move here, then move here, then move back to this cycle waypoint, and then do it all again. So basically it's just going to make them patrol around this little hangar thing.
Oh, isn't that smart?
Alright. Now,
Is there a way to stop him after a certain amount?
not
Yeah, shoot 'em.
easily.
Not easy.
So, but what do you mean? Like, do you want them to sort of like...
I was just wondering if you could, like, just saying, if they were on a patrol, they like circle it like 3 times and then stop. Maybe go to somewhere else.
I think the way to do that would be to do this. Well, the easy way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just keep doing three circles and then
To answer your question, maybe there may be a way to make it do it. I'm not 100% sure with things like that though. Trying to work out my there we go. I'll go into triggers a little bit in a second. There may be a way to break the cycle trigger with to break the cycle waypoint with a trigger, but I honestly haven't bothered to try it before, because the thing is, as soon as these guys run into contact, they're going to stop doing these waypoints and go into combat mode anyway. So generally there's not a huge call for it unless you're doing a stealth mission. But that, if you ever look at a stealth mission, it's just peppered with waypoints all over the place. Righto, so last thing we want to do, we want to make something happen when we blow up the Ifrit. So let's make an, oh crap, don't hit continue like I just did, because that'll do bad things. Let's make a module, which is the F7 down there.
What's a module, mate, before we...
Modules are basically... You could do this with scripts, but Bohemia has been kind enough to make it into something for you. And there's all kinds of modules. Like, there's an entire defense module somewhere. I can't remember where it is now. But
so
you can
saying
make an
a module,
entire...
a module's like a complicated action packaged in a nice neat little bow.
Yeah, there we go. So
okay.
Here you go, game mode defense. You can make an entire defense mission with that module alone. It's a bit complicated to set up, but once you do it, it's a lot easier than building one from scratch.
Okay, alright.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, we're not doing something that complicated. This time, we're going to just create a task. So what you do is you go in the category, you choose Intel, and then choose the Create Task module. And we'll teach you guys the correct way. So what you need to do is you first type into the task ID, whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to call it A because I'm lazy. And then title, description, and marker. It can just basically be whatever you want. Title is what will come up on that little box in the screen. On the screen. When you.
Well, what is the task?
Well, the task is
Laugh the Ifrit.
make Ifrit go boom. Make Ifrit go boom, not boob. And then whatever you want for your description. Cool. Destination. There's only two options for this, and I don't know why, but basically you can choose for it to either have a marker on the map or not. If you choose it to be disabled, it won't have a marker. If you choose module position, basically wherever you've placed your module down will be where this map marker is for it. And the last thing is the state. The tasks have 5 states that they can be in. They can be created, which is when they are in the map, but they're not the primary target at the moment. There's assigned, which is when they are a primary target, and you'll see the waypoint. And then there's succeeded, failed, and cancelled, which are 3 versions of finished.
Sorry, can you just explain that state thing again?
So there's created, assigned, succeeded, failed, and cancelled. Created is when it's actually it's honestly it'll be easier to just show you. So let me just jump ahead a step here, and I'll show you the difference. I think that was right. No, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. Oh. So my infantrymen are killing them already. And no, I did that wrong. My apologies. I jumped ahead too hastily. Okay. So, when a task is created but not assigned, it looks like this. Can you guys hear all the shooting, by the way, or is it just on my screen?
That's just
Cool, okay.
Yeah, just hear this.
Okay, so it's got like no triangle in there, and on the screen it's not selected, and when I open it up I don't have a anything looking out in that direction, any waypoints. But then if I set it as current task, that's the same as making it an assigned task. So it's got the circle around it, it's got the little arrow there, and it doesn't have a waypoint. That's interesting. Usually it has a waypoint. It might just be the difficulty it's in, perhaps. A lot of my buttons aren't working. This is weird. I might be locked into hardcore mode or something maybe, which is why it's not. Actually, yeah, I did just play on hardcore
sorry.
insurgency, so that might be why it's not coming up with anything. Fuck's that?
How do we get to that screen where we actually assign it ourselves?
Alright, hold on. So when you place down the create task module, it'll oh, sorry, what I just did then?
Yeah,
That's
like you
just
assign
in,
it.
yeah, that's
with
just
it.
in the map.
It's on the side under the 7 things you can pick, units, groups. There's a preview button. That
Oh,
will
sorry. Yeah,
make you go in-game.
Preview will yeah, open up your mission in game, and then just open up your map, and it'll have the tasks option in the top right, and then you can select set as current task.
Top right.
Pretty sure. To the side for now.
Ah, rightio. So the module is created for the AI to carry out a task because you've linked it to your squad leader.
No, the squad leader is the player. Basically, it'll be easy to explain once the mission's done. I shouldn't have jumped ahead so much, I don't think. Basically, what this is, Anfo, is it's basically just a shiny little knick-knack thing that we barely ever use on the weekends, but it's a good thing to know how to use in case you ever want to. Because like for things like defences and stuff, when you need to know if something's been destroyed and it's not worth bothering with anymore, you can set up these things for that.
Okay.
So sorry guys, I'll get back to the questions about it, and I'll just finish off the module. So what you want the initial state to be is assigned, and that'll make it the active task as soon as you start up. And the owner, you can just set this to all playable units if you're feeling lazy, or you can set it to groups of synchronized objects or sides of synchronized objects or whatever, depending on what kind of thing you're doing. If you're doing like a PvP mission, you probably want it to be sides of synchronized units, and I'll talk about synchronization in a minute. But for the moment, we'll just leave it in groups because that's the easiest one for this example. The next thing we want to place down is another module. It's in Intel again, and it's set task state. And this one we want it to be setting to succeeded, and this is going to be activated when the Ifrit is destroyed. These by default group, and I have no idea why they do, because you never ever group them. In fact, it breaks them if you group them. So yeah, first thing you do is you ungroup them, and then you press the synchronize button or F5 and you link them together.
Oh, 1 second, man.
That's alright.
Yeah, I lost you too.
Okay, sorry. So where are you guys up to?
How do you ungroup them?
Sorry, to ungroup them, you just press F2 and then click and drag off of one of them. And whenever you click and drag off, it'll ungroup that thing from everything it's grouped to. So be careful with that, because you can accidentally ungroup important things and then that'll break stuff. So try not to do it willy-nilly.
Okay, so I just set the task for the module for create. I think it's create.
Create task. You
Yeah,
want the
create
state.
task,
Yep, you want the initial state to be assigned.
Yeah. Okay, and
I'll
then
be
when
back.
I
I just
set
gotta go close my garage door.
Roger, roger.
when I set the task state, just set it to
Succeeded.
succeeded, and then they'll be grouped.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. They will be grouped when it spawns. You need to ungroup them.
How do we just?
So you click the groups tab button thing, and then click and drag off of one of them.
Oh yeah,
into
got
the
it. Alright,
nothingness,
thanks,
and
dude.
that'll ungroup it. Alrighty.
Alright.
Then once you've done that, you click the synchronize button, and then you link them together. And that will make this set task state module apply to this create task module.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss?
Not much.
Alright.
And then once you've synchronized those two, you synchronize the create task with your team leader player guy. And that will just make sure that the task goes to the team leader. And the rest
Sounds
of his
good.
group because of the way we have it set. Alright, and the last thing we need to do is set a trigger to detect when the Ifrit is destroyed. So to do that, we have to create a trigger, which is F3, just double click to create it. And what we want to
Whereabouts do we double click?
anywhere you want. And we're just going to leave this blank for the moment, hit OK, and then move the trigger over the Ifrit pretty much, but not right on top of it because we're going to need to do things with it still. And once you've done that...
Right.
Oop. All good?
Oh, yep.
Okay,
I
once
think
you...
what I might need at the end of this is for you, Cyrus, to go through each step and explain again why there's a module there, and a trigger there. Just to
at the moment,
yeah.
these things aren't in their final positions. When
Right.
you're editing, a lot of stuff needs to sit on top of each other, but obviously if everything's sitting right here, it's going to make it difficult to do anything.
Okay.
So I'd just drag everything off to the side for the moment, just so that we can edit it all, and then the last stage is to drag everything to where we need it.
Where it needed, okay.
So what we do is we group the trigger and the Ifrit together, and that changes the way that the trigger works. Triggers usually have an activation of a bunch of different types of things, which is basically the kind of thing that can set it off. Once you group it to the car, it should have an activation of vehicle, and only vehicle. And that means that it applies to the vehicle that it's linked to. And when it says vehicle, it can be anything. So men are counted as vehicles for triggers. So if you link a trigger to a man, it'll still say vehicle, but it counts for that particular man being in the position. And what we want to do is we want to set it to not present, and then move that. Oops. If you don't know that, by the way, if you accidentally drag something with group and you catch it before you let go, you can just hit F1 or any other button for that matter, and it will drop the group thing without ungrouping it. And once these things are grouped, we just drag that over the top there. And basically that means that this trigger will activate when this car isn't in it, which we'll do for now. I'm going to actually just one little thing. I'm going to set the vehicle lock on the car to locked, just so that the player can't like jump in the vehicle and then drive it out of the trigger and then still win.
Okay, with the trigger, was it the vehicle? You put the vehicle there? Or
So
when you went to trigger edit?
okay, so to get the vehicle to come up, to get the trigger to come up with a vehicle activation, you need to group it to the vehicle, like you would to units.
Okay then, yeah.
Yeah, and then it will come up with vehicle. And then just make sure that trigger is just over the top of the
What?
vehicle.
Yeah, okay, got that.
Got him? Alright, and then our last
Yeah,
thing that
okay.
we want to do is we want to synchronize that trigger with the set task state module. So what that does is, when that trigger is activated, so when that car is no longer in that area, it will activate the set task state and change this task from being assigned to being succeeded.
Okay, now before when we synchronized the create task to the team leader, right? Not the set task.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Create.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, it's called create task, but it's actually the entire task. So everything that should happen to this task is sort of applied to the task. That was a really bad way to explain it. But yeah, like all your set task state things, they apply to the task, and then the task is applied to the units.
Okay.
So the only thing that synchronizes to the units will be the task, and then everything that happens to the task will be synchronized to it.
Sounds
better?
good.
Cool. So the last thing we want to do, we just want to move the create task module onto the car so that the map marker isn't all the way out here or something. Doesn't matter where the set task state one goes, because that doesn't appear anywhere. I just like to keep it nearby though for ease of use. Move the trigger over the top, and we're pretty much set now. So if you hit preview, we should have a lovely mission to play.
I'll go.
My guys
And then
will-
shots instantly.
Yeah, and then my guys will wipe them all out while I grab while I empty out my inventory so that I can carry an explosives thing, because I don't have a backpack. Didn't think of that.
That marker isn't coming up.
Okay, you haven't got the
Oh,
marker?
because we're in. No, it's on my map. It's
Yeah,
it
mine-
doesn't show me a waypoint or anything.
Mine's not doing it either, but I'm also locked to first person. I was just playing on the hardcore insurgency server, so I think
Yeah,
it might
same.
just be the difficulties
You
just
think?
carried over. But yeah,
Fair enough.
your infantry will pretty much just wipe out those two guys, and then all you got to do is run up to the car, which was a lot further away than I thought it was. Just run up to the car.
Which mine did you pick up?
I just
Or get an explosive charge?
Whatever you want, man. It doesn't really bother me. Yeah, just an explosive charge will do. Basically, at this point, you're just testing to make sure that all of your triggers and everything are lined up and working. So you just walk away from it. Yeah, I don't even have my scroll wheel. I don't know what's going on. I think it might be TeamViewer doing something weird. Blow it up. And it didn't explode. Well, oh no, there it goes. And then you get your task completed. Comes up in the middle of your screen.
Okay.
Ah, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna go set my explosive charge then.
Well, I've got 8 tasks, triggers, and lines everywhere. I'm going to have to review the video to fix that up, but I think I understand the concept.
I just blew it up. I didn't get the task thing. I think I screwed up the synchronization and stuff at the end.
Okay.
Mine didn't blow up.
I've got mine up at the moment. If you
Yeah,
want to take a look
mine's
at it.
done.
Actually, I'll move it all
Alright.
away from the
So-
black thing so you can actually see what I've done.
So the trigger's synced with the Ifrit, and then the trigger is grouped with...
Okay, so I've got it all out here on the runway now. So the Ifrit is grouped to the trigger,
Okay.
and the trigger is then synchronized with the set task state, which is synchronized with the create task, which is synchronized with your team leader.
If you've got lines going to wrong places again, how do you get rid of the lines? How
Just
do you ungroup?
to ungroup something, just
Oh, I think I've worked it out.
yeah, just
So
Just drag-
set
drag
task-
into nowhere.
yeah, pretty much just drag into nowhere, and that'll ungroup things.
So set
Alright,
task
mine's
state is
done.
grouped with create task, or is it synced with create task?
It is synced with create task.
Alright.
All modules you should synchronize to each other. Triggers you should synchronize to the things that they're activating, and group to things that they're looking for. Task you should group to units that it's applying to. Oh, not group, sorry.
Hmm.
No, I'm telling you the wrong thing. You should synchronize to units it applies to.
Ah, okay.
Would you say that a lot of these modules run in a similar way, where there's always a create task, always a set task, and always a trigger, or
Pretty much. Like, the really helpful thing about these modules is if you hit show info, it'll actually give you a layout picture here of what you need to do to actually make it work. And if you click each particular thing, it tells you more details usually. There are a few random ones that don't help you at all. Like there's nothing that tells me what military symbols does.
I just collapsed the hangar. Mine works. I'm all good.
Alright, so trigger.
Yeah, mine's working.
Trigger goes back synced with set task state and then grouped with the Ifrit, or synced with the Ifrit and grouped to state task.
Grouped with the Ifrit and synced to set task state. Sorry, just ignore me for a second.
Alright.
I just noticed a new module that I haven't seen before, which apparently adds posters to a building.
It just said it makes them indestructible as well.
Yeah, but I can't see any posters.
I think they're inside.
No, it's not a entrable
Yeah.
building. I'm curious about this one now, though. I'll have a look into that later.
Alright, I'm just gonna test this out.
Are you alright, Ampho?
Yeah, mate, I'm just doing the mission now and figuring out that I can't fit my explosives into anything I own.
Hey, yeah, just drop some shit. I didn't think of that when I was placing it. Your other option to fix that would be just to double click your team leader in units and then just change him to an explosives expert. And that'll solve all your
Oh.
problems and you can get rid of your explosives. And you'll still be in charge.
Oh, you can also set the time of day on the top right now.
Yeah, well actually you
And
can
the
set-
weather, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you click advanced intel, you can change a lot of things. Amount of fog, and if you unset all of these from
Advanced
automatic,
Intel?
set
Where was
everything.
that?
Wow.
Yeah, underneath the the sun and the clouds and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So you
Alright,
can
I got
set
mine
the
working.
date, you can set the mission name and description, you can set the time of day down to 5-minute increments, you can actually set the weather to change too, so if you want it to start bright and sunny and end up in a giant storm with rain and everything happening in the next 30 minutes, okay, 30 minutes is the minimum time of change, but you can set it to change over up to 8 hours.
And this is all in real time?
Yeah, real time.
It was game
Sounds
time.
good.
Well, actually, yeah, it is game time, but
Which
seeing as
is
game
real time.
runs in real time.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you can also set who independents are friendly to. So if you want them to be friendly to Op4 and not Blue4, then you can do that. Same with Blue4 and Op4, or you can set them to be aggressive to everyone or friendly to everyone.
Alright.
Well, despite my lack of confidence in myself, it worked. The
Wonderful.
line's going fucking everywhere.
The big thing with create task that I only worked out a little while ago is you need to have that task ID in there. If you don't have the task ID, it won't work properly.
Particularly, obviously, when you've got a map full of tasks.
Yeah, well, even if you've only got one. For some, I think the set task state modules, I think all of those require an ID to apply to, even though it's just synchronized to that one anyway. I think it's something to do with that. Yeah, one little
The
thing that I'm
code.
going to add, because we're doing quite well here, I'm going to actually add in a extract helicopter.
Oh, I want to say this.
Okay, so to do this one I'm also...
Are we starting all over again, or?
Nope, I'm adding to this one. I'm just putting a helicopter up in the... Actually, I'll put him
Yeah,
over
hummingbird.
here. Yeah, I'll just put him on a road somewhere. Try and put him on top of hills or things like that in the open.
What parameters did you apply to him?
I think just none. Or information. No.
Whereabouts did you...
Because he's non-playable, but
Yep,
is
that's what we
anyone
want.
controlling it?
Yeah, there's an AI in it. When it's non-playable, it means it's controlled by an AI.
Oh, okay.
So what we want to do is we want to place, once you've placed down your helicopter, place a move waypoint, and then just drag that waypoint to be pretty much on top of him. I'll explain why in a second. The next one we want is a waypoint down here near the Ifrit. We want to call this one a load. waypoint.
Sorry, just going a bit fast there.
That's alright.
A load. And that's it, just load.
Load, that's it, yep. And we're going to have to
Alright.
give our player some waypoints as well. So the first thing I'll give him is just a seek and destroy waypoint, because it doesn't really matter because he's a player and he doesn't have any AI controlling him. It just gives him an idea
Oh
what to do.
crap.
What you do.
I'm not sure if I set up my waypoints properly. Would you just be able to just go back and show me how you did the waypoints with the heli?
Okay, so what you do is you get your heli, you place a move waypoint just in front of him, and then drag that over the top of him. That's just because he needs to have an initial waypoint before you can start delaying his other waypoints.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so the heli is just a person itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh crap.
Oh yeah, we don't
I'm
want
not
an
sure if I
empty.
did
Yeah,
that right.
if you placed an empty heli, that's wrong. You need to place a blue 4 MH9. Oh, 99, yeah. Couldn't work out.
Okay,
what
now-
it was.
How do I set someone to actually be in the heli?
Is it blue?
Yep.
Then there's already a guy in it.
Okay.
Anything that's blue is manned by a blue 4 guy.
Okay.
Anything that's yellow is empty. So I'll put
Sorry,
And then just.
can you? Oh, sorry, go on.
Sorry, man.
I was going to say, can you bring up that unit for the helicopter up again, please, the blue one?
that one.
So what have we got? So special, none, non-playable, default, private, unknown. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, so nothing
the way
special
that
about
the
it. Right.
ranks work is it's pretty much just if the head guy gets killed, the person who's next in rank gets control.
Promoted to team leader.
Pretty much.
So just put a move waypoint on him.
Yeah. Don't put it directly on him though. You have to like put it in front of him and then just drag it over near where it originates from.
Alright, and then create another waypoint next to the Ifrit.
Yep, just near the Ifrit, and it needs to be a.
You might want to give him some
waypoint.
clearance.
Doesn't really
How do I
matter
give him
because
clearance?
the AI aren't full retarded, usually. Sometimes they are.
And then load waypoint.
Yep.
And then just which kind of speed or behavior, just anything.
Just leave it no change. It doesn't matter.
Okay, and
then you get your player and you give him a seek and destroy waypoint. Just in the general area of the hangar, and just because he's a player and he's not going to run to the exact spot, place the completion. Choose. Let me start again. Double click it, and then set the completion radius to about 50 meters. And that way, when he gets within this circle here, it'll complete it for us.
okay.
And then
Oh, what? I missed that.
double click the seek and destroy, and then set the completion radius to 50. That's just because it's a player unit,
okay.
and he's not going to run to the exact spot that we want him to go to.
Yeah. Alright.
Is that the
Yep.
trigger for the helicopter to come in?
No,
No. No.
not yet.
No?
So the next thing we'll do, we need to get a get in waypoint. Whoops, for the player, and just set that over near where you had that load waypoint. Okay, now it gets complicated. Just move.
You
this.
need to link that waypoint to the completed task waypoint. Marker. No.
Wrong.
Module.
Nope.
No?
The only thing that can do this, the only thing that can move you to another waypoint is a trigger. And triggers don't
Oh, okay.
triggers don't move you to a waypoint so much. They stop you at a waypoint. So we have to actually synchronize this trigger with the seek and destroy waypoint. And that means that the player will be told to seek and destroy, and then it will stop his waypoints there until the trigger that detects the Ifrit is destroyed is activated. And then he'll get his get in waypoint.
Ah.
And then we need to do
Wait.
the same with this original move waypoint on the helicopter. So he'll sit on
Okay,
that
sorry.
Mhm.
Really quick, just a trigger from seek and destroy to the actual trigger itself.
Yep, that's right. So you synchronize the trigger to seek and destroy.
Oh, sorry, synchronize. I thought it was bloody
True.
another trigger.
No,
Oh.
you use your same trigger as before, because that trigger's
Yep.
the one that sets the task up and everything. So basically, the task
And
will
then
be
you just
completed, and then the
synchronize it, yeah.
chopper will pick them up.
Sounds
and
good then.
the last thing we want to do that I forgot to do is just with your helicopter, give him another waypoint. Just, I don't know, out in the middle of nowhere, wherever you want. Just set
Oh,
it to
to
sea.
fly away.
Yep, to fly away. The beauty of the load waypoint is that it will wait until the units load in. Oh, and I missed a step, sorry. You need to synchronize the get in waypoint to the load waypoint. And that means that this get in waypoint is the one that the load waypoint is waiting for.
Oh,
So with the waypoint, sorry.
so you synchronize the chopper one to the load one.
The chopper one is the load. The get in one is the player. You need to synchronize get in to load. Or
Get in
vice
to
versa.
load. Oh, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter which one you do.
Yeah.
So we group
Yeah.
seek and destroy
Okay.
to the trigger as
Yeah,
well.
synchronizing is a
Synchronize.
sorry, what are you synchronizing to the trigger?
Seek and destroy. Does that synchronize or group?
Synchronize,
Sync-
yep.
Okay.
And same with the
And yours?
original move waypoint for the helicopter.
Alrighty.
Crap. I forgot what I was going to ask you. The waypoint for the chopper to go away. We click units and then we click the load waypoint, and then we make another waypoint, right?
Click waypoints, then click the load waypoint, and then you make another one, yeah.
Alright. Where should we make it? Just anywhere on the map, really?
Wherever you want.
Okay.
Alright, and the
And what is this waypoint going to be called? Just move?
yeah, just a move waypoint. Basically, it's just something to stop him from just
Okay.
sitting on the pickup point.
Yeah.
Right. Once we've done that, we'll just do one last trigger. Just put it in the way of the helicopter, and then set one of your axes to like 5,000 or whatever you want, and then just
Sorry, in the way of the helicopter. I didn't
yeah.
get
So
that.
like a lot. So where I've got my line out to my move waypoint, just put the trigger out
Yep.
on that line somewhere, and set it to be really long on one of the axes.
Make sure the
about
chopper goes
5,000.
through it.
Yeah, to make sure the chopper goes through it, because the chopper won't follow that line exactly. And then change the type to end 1. There's 6 different ends. I think they have something to do with if you're like running a campaign and you want to have different outcomes. So
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
then yeah, you have up to 6 choices.
Alright.
Alright, and that's it. We're pretty much set now. So let me just double check I've done everything. Yep. So now
So
preview it. Yep. We should, unless you're no, I'm still stuck to first person and everything, so I can't see what I'm aiming at. Oh god, I'm playing this on such a tiny resolution, it's horrible. Anyway, go kill your Ifrits and stuff, and hopefully your helicopter up on the hill over there will spin up and come down to save you once you do that.
I think it was further than that hill.
Yeah, I don't know where I placed him. Somewhere over there.
Oh,
Okay, Clink.
my helicopter's already moving in.
Okay, did you synchronize his original move waypoint to the trigger?
Yeah, my heli's already moving in as well.
Did you synchronize his original
Yeah.
move waypoint to the trigger?
That was the waypoint that we placed over him, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, you need to do that. Anyone else getting this graphics glitch? Or is it just on my screen?
Oh,
Or is
Nah.
shadows all red?
How's it coming along?
no.
Okay. Just me then.
How's it coming along?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, my helicopter's off in the distance. It's pissed off.
He's like,
Didn't
no,
even come to pick me up.
Sounds the mission
I
transfer.
thought I'm fucking out of here.
He's like, I've had enough
To
of you.
to the trigger. Do we
It's going
synchronize it to
fairly
the
well,
trigger?
Pixie.
Excellent. Great. We've got new mission mod makers.
Oh, I don't know about that, mate. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but you know. Hey, you started a long
If you want a
walk.
map you want a map that doesn't work, call me. At all.
Trust me, guys. If you got this working the first time, I'd be genuinely surprised. This is the kind of stuff that takes me a few goes too.
My problem at the moment is understanding the relationships between all the things you just put on the map and lines freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing.
Yeah.
So
The
in
only
that
thing
case,
I don't.
so in that case, I look at you guys this channel when I'm doing a practice MCC mission. You guys will volunteer and not hassle me when I do it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my chopper! My chopper's coming!
Yeah, and
Well, I'll help out if
if
Sarah
you're like
doesn't want to do
me, it'll just fly over the top and fuck off.
So see you
He
later.
doesn't like you.
Hey, here comes mine.
Actually,
Mine's
like-
landing.
Oh, you bastard.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
what they'll do. They'll land and then they'll wait for your units
Cyrus, ours are like in like the same spot. Like
to get in.
time
That's
wise.
good.
Oh, objective complete. Just wait for the chopper.
Um,
He's like, I'm
I
out of
think I
fuel.
might have killed one of my guys. I only got 2 guys left.
Out of fuel.
Oh, no,
Out
there
of fuel.
he is.
You wanna bring me a jerry can?
Oh, he's injured. I must have killed. I must have hit him with my explosive. My bad, dude.
mine's
Okay.
staying up in the air.
So what
yeah,
you do
this
now,
is
Cyrus?
this is where the load waypoint is a bit weird. If you can't see your waypoint, guess whereabouts you put it, because you've got to move to it.
You know what you have to do now, Soros? You have to make homework.
Yeah.
Or
Here we go.
Yep, I got mine.
Yeah, I hit mine too. It's gone.
Oh, I love how the smoke gets pushed down by the chopper. Looks so cool.
Oh really?
Oh, I've got my waypoints. Sweet.
Oh wow, it does too.
Yeah, and then your chopper will come down. For some reason, they hover just above the ground. You can set them to actually fully land in the command line, but that's difficult. And then you'll have to actually command you guys to get in.
Oh god. Nope, I left them behind. I think. Yep, I did.
I blew up my
he's like, you can
Ifrit.
stay here. I'll be right back.
The Ifrit's blown up, and my helicopter that flew over me originally is now coming back.
Oh, that's good.
So that's good.
I'd say your original problem, by the sounds of it, Anfo, was that you didn't have the original move waypoint for the helicopter synced up to the trigger. Because he should have just been sitting waiting where you originally placed him otherwise.
Here comes my
Yeah.
hummingbird. He's about to land.
Hey Cyrus,
Yep.
the thing's ended, but it didn't give me a message or anything that it ended.
No, yeah, that's just what those end triggers do.
Alright.
They'll just sort of end
You have to, like-
abruptly. There is a way, I think there's a way to make that actual like end screen come up that Bohemia has, but I have no idea how
Yeah.
to do it.
Hey, it's working. Yeah.
I think it's
Glide away.
complicated and requires calling a function or something.
My helicopter won't land. Just hovering.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah, you have to make him get in from there.
Really?
Make sure
Oh, I
you
screwed
guys
up.
get in before you.
Oh, where's he going? No!
So, one thing I forgot, sorry guys, when I set that that final trigger,
He left
I
like
made a mistake.
half of my. He left
You
half
didn't
of my
link
bloody
it.
guys back there.
Yeah, I think he.
You have to let them
I
get
think
in
he-
first
Yeah, I think he's
before you go in.
synchronized to you specifically. I screwed up though, guys. I'm sorry. That last trigger.
My end trigger's not working.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
blame you for everything that's going wrong in my map.
That last trigger, I accidentally
Not.
forgot to tell you guys. You need to set the activation to blue 4, which means that when a blue 4 is in that trigger, it'll activate. Originally, it was set to nothing, so nothing would have set it off ever. Now it should work though. One little thing too that might help you guys out that I just realised, if you set the completion radius for that get in waypoint to like 20 or something, then that'll make it a bit easier for us guys who don't have waypoints turned on. And now you get the fun job of the mission editor, which is to play your mission over and over again until you get bored of it.
God, now I have to play this really long mission again.
Just a quick question, right? You know how when you finish that, the task, right? Once you get to the trigger, like when you're flying out and it's like, it doesn't say anything, is there a way to make it say, oh mate, you're the best?
Yes, yes you can.
We were discussing that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
It's like,
even
mate,
know
you're a
it was
pro.
good. Mate, too good.
What you can do is you can
You need to do that, Cyrus.
yep,
For every mission
Look
we
on.
do.
If you've got fucking TeamSpeak open, just copy and paste that into it and it'll do it.
You said
An initialization on whatever trigger sets it off.
Mine
yeah.
needs to, mine needs to
Jamo's
say
probably
nice
just
try,
put something
dickhead.
in it, something along the lines of hint. I'm guessing. Is that right, Jamo?
that.
Sorry, I'm just
Ah,
recording.
fuck, I sent that to
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just recording at the moment as well, Jamo. So I'll put it up on the screen here so that it can go up on the YouTube later. But there we go.
Oh shit, I killed one of my guys. Oh, stop shooting me, mate.
I'll go for it
They'll
next
turn
time
on
to
you.
make sure that my end trigger's actually working this time.
Yeah, so...
Let with this.
Cheers, Jamo.
Oh my god, I got team killed.
Yeah, they'll
Bye,
turn
I
on you
know
if you team kill.
Yeah, I blew it up,
Oh,
killed
yeah,
two of
they
them,
do
and then this guy just shot me and then just looked at me.
There we go, mine worked.
Oh.
So you should
okay,
end up,
what
you
did-
should
wait,
end
what
up
did you
with
do
that
for
screen. So to fix that, to make that actually come up, you just need to change that last trigger to activation blue 4.
Oh yeah, I've done that, yeah.
And what you can do, if you would like it to say something cool, is move that trigger, the end trigger, out a little bit, and then make another one exactly the same. And then in the except for the type, leave the type as none, and the activation is blue 4. In the on act field, you just type in hint, and then in like quotation marks, type in whatever you want.
Wait, so we make another trigger.
Yeah, make another trigger to do it. That way, and yeah, put it before the first one for the helicopter to fly through. This is an easy way to do it. You can also do it with a script, but I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, there we go, and that way you should be able to get that trigger coming up, and then your mission will finish. By the
Just
way,
type in hint.
yep, hint, and then press space and type in
Quotation
quotation
marks,
marks, and then what you
And
want
then
to say.
the message, yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
By the
good,
way-
thank you, man.
If you're editing and you want to get through your mission quickly, press the plus key a couple of times, and you can play it at 4 times speed.
Nice.
Sorry, what was that?
If you're previewing your mission and you want to get through it quickly, press the plus key a couple of times, not the one on your number pad, the other one, and you can play through it at 4 times speed.
Oh, sounds good, thanks, man.
Saves a lot of time.
Just sitting here 4 times speed waiting for this chopper.
Set him too far away.
I set him exactly where you set him. I like just running around at this speed.
Yeah, it's good fun. Try firing your gun at full auto.
Did you say the plus key?
Yeah, the plus key. Like
Oh
the
man,
one
I
near
need a gun with that
backspace.
fire, right?
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, if you play armor at this speed, it's like Call of Duty. I'm hilarious.
But you still can't 360 no
Shots
scope.
Alrighty, and then hopefully when you're
Hey,
flying
what?
away, if you're looking on my screen at the moment, you should, hopefully, somewhere out here, get a little hint come up. Maybe, if we're lucky. Perhaps. Oh, it might not come up on my screen because my screen's doing some weird shit at the moment because of TeamViewer. Yeah, mine didn't do it.
How many people are connected to you, mate?
Yeah, 5 people, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my hit didn't come up, but I'm guessing it probably didn't come up for the same reason that I can't see my scroll menu or anything. Possibly it still thinks I'm in full screen and it's putting it off to the side here somewhere.
Oh, it didn't tell me I'm a badass.
Oh no. Did you write it exactly how I've got it written there?
Yeah, I guess I just did it a bit too close together.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that's something you may find if they're like that close together, you'll probably activate one and then you'll have half a second before you activate the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got mine 5k's long by the way as well. If you have yours too thin, occasionally choppers will fly through them a bit too quickly. And the game will be like,
okay.
oh, it didn't happen. Alrighty, and that's your mission. Very simple mission done.
The basic.
Nice, thank you, man.
That's
Any
all
more
Oh my
than
god, I
that, I'm
actually
gonna start
died.
bleeding from ears and nose and everywhere else. But that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't actually
I'll definitely
I
be
didn't-
review. Yeah.
I didn't actually go over it, but markers is pretty damn simple. You just double click and you can choose whatever marker you want and place it down. Markers placed with that are permanent markers, so you can't delete them off the map once you've placed them in game. Rather, you can delete them in the editor. That's fine.
Oh, okay. So they're just
So,
sort of the
yeah.
ambience.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of the
Like
mission.
you can place in like permanent, like this is where the enemy's base is, kind of things.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like it's got all the hand drawn ones, but the default ones are all like computerized, crisp ones. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Any questions?
Cool.
Anyone else would like to know?
I'm pretty good. I'm just testing if this
that's a good
hint
start,
thing.
mate. I've got a few things I need to figure out. I'm not going to ask you because I don't know how to structure the questions properly based on where my mistake is, but I'll review the video and that's good start.
Awesome. Alrighty then.
No, that was
I
awesome.
wonder if it'll let me open one of the weekend missions.
I actually know what to do now. How to start things.
One tip I will give you: start from the end. No, it's not going to let me open it.
Yeah.
Start from the end. Place your final objective first, and then pace yourself backwards from that. Otherwise, you'll find yourself like bunching up your mission really badly with all these like initial patrols and things. So, like, on
Wait, sorry.
last week's mission,
Start from the end. What did you say?
Yeah, so on last weekend's mission, I built all the defences around the airfield. Then I built the stuff on the isthmus. Then I built a couple of patrols that were down here.
Well, it worked.
Hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just.
I got my message and
the
everything.
problem was there. Yeah. Oh, it worked, did it? Good. That's good.
Yeah, my message worked.
Cool.
They've installed it 4
I found
times.
out why my trigger didn't work because the one that says I'm a badass isn't activated by Blue4. It's activated by nothing.
Oh, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow,
that's it.
wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
Alrighty.
Alright, everything worked. That was nice.
You're still recording, Cyrus.
Yeah, I am. I'll turn.